Good afternoon and welcome back to class, guys. Today we're going to go over a couple things. I've been doing some research, trying to figure out what it actually takes to really change my quality. And I got a great video for us today, and then I'm going to go over a couple things on what I just purchased to get me started with this YouTube thing. If you guys are interested in it, come on in.
If you want to be a YouTuber, you want to shoot videos.
Absolutely, I want to be a YouTuber.
For a camera, but then you realize
not just any
you need
YouTuber.
an SD card to record the
Professor
videos onto,
Thompson.
and you're going to need a computer to edit the videos. And there's probably a whole lot more that you're going to need that you probably just don't know about yet. Well, I've been shooting videos professionally for over 8 years now, and so I'm going to save you some time and give you the complete gear checklist that you're going to need to start shooting YouTube videos.
You gotta just press record.
Hey everybody, I'm Noah Molt with Think Media. Now let's get right into this video because we have a lot to talk about. That was bad. It was kind of good. Now everything I'm going to talk about in this list is going to be broken down into two different sections, and the first section I call must-haves because these are things that you are absolutely.
And let's make sure we get out our pens and our paper. Okay, let's write this down. These must-haves.
Talk about is going to be the essentials. These are things that are going to make your life so much easier. They're going to improve.
Make sure we're paying attention, guys.
Video quality the most, but they're not necessarily a must-have because there are workarounds. So let's start with our must-haves. Now, number one is the most obvious. It is going to be a camera. Of course, you need to actually film something in order to post it on YouTube. So having a camera is the number one top priority. You can definitely get started with your smartphone. You don't need to go out and buy a camera. Now, there's a lot of great cameras.
Well, right here, guys, I do
for shooting YouTube videos like the Sony A6400.
A lot of things with my smartphone.
I even started on the
quality
Sony
is not up
it
to
didn't
par
even have
to where
a
I
mic
wanted
jack,
to
but it
be.
had the flip out
So
screen,
I mean, in all aspects, guys, if you want to get started, you can use a smartphone. I use a tablet. Me personally, I use my iPad, 10th generation.
And you can use your smartphone to start creating videos and still get really good quality. Just
I mean, as this gets
now, if
bigger
you're totally
and
lost
bigger,
when it comes to cameras, maybe you want to buy one, but you're not sure which one, I'm going to leave a link in the description called thinkgearguide.com. Make sure you check that out because it has some of our favorite cameras and lenses that we.
And I ain't gonna lie, man, them cameras, they extra expensive, bro. All right, we balling on the budget.
You're gonna need an SD card if you're shooting on something like a camera.
We balling on the budget.
On your phone, then you are going to need something to record these videos onto.
$500 ain't in the budget, buddy.
Really is a must-have. My favorite SD card is by SanDisk, and it's linked in the description down below. And this SD card is really affordable, but it's also fast enough to record 4K video. So if you are shooting in higher resolutions like 4K, this SD card is going to be perfect for you. Even if you're shooting in 1080, I still recommend using this SD card because you can always level up and it's just very affordable and lasts a long time. Next up, you are going to need something to edit your videos, and so you are going to need to pick up some sort of computer. Again, if you decide to shoot on your phone, there are some apps out there where you can just edit directly off of your phone, and so that is definitely an option. But if you do want to get a camera and you want to edit on a computer, I definitely recommend going with Apple and getting their new M1 chips. What I've been using back here is the MacBook Pro with the M1 chip. Now the M1 chip is important because that's what's going to make your computer super fast. And what's awesome is these computers have been getting really affordable. So if you pick up something like the MacBook Air, it's still going to be great for you to edit videos. The Mac
I mean, I do got my iPad, which has a substantial amount of apps.
Need to get a monitor,
but
so that you can
I am looking towards getting
editing,
a computer,
as well as all the other options that Apple are starting to release, like the iPad Pro with the M1 chip, as well as the iMacs. These are great computers. They're going to be very fast, and the nice thing is you're going to be able to upgrade over time, and this is not going to get slowed down by better footage that you might shoot on in the future. So this is really a future-proof, very safe, very effective, and fast computer lineup that you can use for when it comes to the must-haves. That's honestly it. That's really all you need. I guess you need internet. So if you don't have any
lives, what do you call affordable
to upload to YouTube?
We are not there yet, class. We are not there.
But if you want to use a camera, a computer, a
$9.99 plus tax plus shipping is not affordable. It's not
upload to YouTube.
Sustainable.
Next up, we're going to talk about the essentials. Now, I'm not going to try and sell you guys on stuff that you're not going to need. Seriously, if you're a beginner, these essentials essentials are probably
listen,
my
bruh.
top priority. So if I was looking to save
we'll
up
find
money
something
and buy
different
some
on.
gear,
We'll
I
find
definitely
something
would
later on.
look at
Okay.
this essential pack and just start
That's not
getting these.
affordable at all.
Really not in any particular order. You can definitely see what's going to be best for you because it's going to be different for everybody. But these really are essentials that you are going to use
$6.99 and it don't come with a monitor.
So let's get into it. Number one,
outrageous, Apple.
coffee. Okay, it's not actually.
And I love your products.
Is a tripod. Now,
Jesus
a tripod is that
Christ.
thing with the 3 legs that you put your camera on in order to set it down wherever you want to get a good steady shot. So the camera does not need to be held by somebody.
We gonna get there. We class. We gonna get
table.
there.
You can set it up
We gonna
on
get
a
there.
tripod like
But
what
just-
I have
we just
right
not
now
there
and
now.
start shooting videos of
Come on,
yourself.
let's-
If you're shooting
hear
videos
what
just
you got
like
to
this,
say,
where you're
buddy.
sitting down talking to a camera and the camera does not need to move at all, I kind of just recommend getting the cheapest like Amazon Basics tripod that you can find on Amazon. Now, depending on your YouTube channel, you might actually need more.
You gotta make sure you got that Wi-Fi.
You might want to stand up and shoot.
You gotta make sure you got
videos,
that
and in
Wi-Fi.
case, you are going to need a tripod that can raise high enough because the cheap tripods really are really short. So if you are 6 foot or even like 5'8", 5'10", sometimes they don't even bring the camera up to eye level, and that's not going to cut it because then you get a really weird angle. You definitely want your camera to be high enough to be at eye level. On these cheap tripods, you can tilt and pan with your camera, but it is not smooth at all, and it's really frustrating when you're trying to pan and just like jerking and it's not smooth. So you do want to get a fluid head tripod. Again, that's going to get more expensive, but really it's just up to you and your content and what you're going to need. You can always start with a cheap tripod and invest in a better one over time. Number 2 is a microphone. You want to invest in your audio because I think it's something even more important than the video quality,
Just
because people
calm
want
down.
to hear what you're saying. And if it's hard to listen, then it's really hard to watch the video. The reason this is in the essentials list and not a must-have is because cameras have built-in microphones, and so do our phones. So if you are shooting a video, it's going to pick up audio, and you can use that just to get started. But picking up a microphone and upgrading to a lav mic or a shotgun mic really is going to make a huge difference for your videos. Again, to make this easy for you guys so you don't have to do a whole bunch of research, we've just listed our favorite microphones, our favorite tripods, everything down in the description below, so make sure you check that out. Here at Think Media, we've used and tested out so much camera gear, microphones, lights, tripods, cameras, lenses, everything. So we really wanted to help save
I mean,
you
as
a
you can
lot
see,
of
I'm
time.
sitting
So
down in
check
my
those
truck.
links. We're gonna have
I don't
our
need something
favorite
really
lav
too
mics,
high.
our
I'm probably not
favorite
gonna be
budget
standing
shotgun
and
mics. Everything is gonna
doing
be
no
down below.
content.
Check
We're
that
gonna be
out.
sitting
Number
down and
3
doing
is
content,
a
so
light. Now, no matter what
we gonna stick
camera
with the
you
cheaper
have, whether you're
tripods, but
starting on your
I'm thinking
phone
about
or
getting
you
me one.
have a camera like I'm using now, lighting is what's going to make your image look good. I recommend starting with a softbox light, putting that right next to your camera. It's going to give you a very nice soft light. It's not going to look harsh like someone is shining a flashlight on you. And so having a softbox with your light is going to be a major upgrade for you. Now, I tested a bunch of the $50
My audio is
softboxes
important.
on
I
Amazon,
use
and I
this
came to a
headphone
conclusion
set
and
right
found
now.
a really nice
And,
light that has a remote. It's bicolor.
I mean,
so
it works pretty
more,
good.
it can get
But
cool, like
I'm thinking
daylight
about
temperature.
grabbing
And
some
I really
microphones as
recommend
well.
that people just get started with
write
that
that down,
$50
microphone.
light, and it's going to improve their videos so much. Number 4 is hard drives. Now, really, there's 2 different types. If you're editing on your computer and your computer's built-in storage gets full, it's going to slow down your computer, and so you want to delete stuff. But instead of just deleting it, what I recommend is getting an external hard drive and putting your old videos or whatever it is that you want to dump off that computer and put it onto a hard drive, and then you can delete it off of your computer, free up that space, continue editing YouTube videos, and having a fast computer for you. So I do recommend picking up one of those hard drives, and that is going to save you a whole lot of space from your computer. You can just dump stuff onto it and leave it there. And then I recommend getting a faster hard drive that you can edit right off of. This is called an SSD, and I recommend the Samsung T5 hard drive. This basically is just going to expand the storage capacity on your computer.
This light
so when you plug it into your
truck.
computer, you can have a bunch of videos on there.
I'm pretty sure once I get a professional home studio, once I get that down, then I'll probably be concerned with lighting. But right now, I mean, I think the lighting is pretty decent.
So I recommend having one of each. And that's exactly what I do for these videos at Think Media. I'm shooting so many videos that I am editing off of my SSD, and then once I'm done with a few projects or stuff is starting to get full, I'll transfer.
And I'm sorry, I'm so rough today, class.
An external hard
been
drive,
dropping loads
goes into storage
through Christmas, and I ain't had no time to
So
shave.
if I ever do need to
Merry
pick up
Christmas
some
to
old
everybody
videos,
as well,
I can bring
guys.
out
Merry
that
Christmas,
external
happy
hard drive and bring
holidays.
it back onto my computer. Number 5 is extra batteries. batteries. You are going to need a few extra batteries because in this price range, if you're looking for a camera under $1,000, the batteries just are not that good. I definitely recommend picking up at least 1 or 2 extra batteries. Now you can save a whole lot of money by going on Amazon and looking for a third-party seller. So it's not going to be a Sony brand or Canon or Panasonic brand, but it's going to be the same type of battery made by someone else, and you can pick those up for very cheap on Amazon. So when you're filming, you have 1 battery in your camera.
My back,
you
class.
Have 1 or 2 extra,
My
like I was
back.
talking about. Make sure that they are already charged up before you start shooting your videos, and then when one dies,
batteries and a hard drive. Make sure we write that down, guys.
Your extra battery into the charger. So if the other battery dies, you're shooting a lot of videos, maybe you're shooting all day long, you can just continue to swap these out, and that's going to make sure that you never have to stop filming. If you have extra batteries, you can just keep on going. Now that's it for the essentials. Really, it's going to matter based on your work. If you need to pick up extra monitors or gimbals or ND filters, you might not even know what any of this stuff means, but there is a lot of stuff that you can get into with this whole video creation process, and so that's just going to depend on your needs and what you need it for. But when it comes down to it, you really just need a phone to get started. Don't let any of the equipment get in the way of you creating YouTube videos. If you want to get started making videos on your phone, then click on the screen right now to watch our free course on how you can shoot and edit videos entirely
guys.
on your
Once
phone.
again, I want to thank Media for the wonderful content that he just put out. These are some of the things that I purchased in my Amazon cart. It came out about $84.97. And in the next video, I'm going to show you guys how to hook it up to the iPad. Hopefully it works. Hopefully. And I just appreciate everybody for tuning in to my content. Until the next time, class dismissed.